Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to do ribbon lettering, but it would be quite a long tutorial. I'll be breaking it down into 3 videos. So the first one will be the basic strokes, the letter formations, and all of that will be covered in the basics, all the alphabets, how to form each letter, all of that will be taken care here. That is in this video. And in the next video I'll be showing you how to add colors and how to shade the letters. So this will just be the basic skeleton of the letters, but once you start adding colors and shading, it will turn out to look exactly like a ribbon. So here is where you accentuate it. And after that, in the third video, I'll be showing you how to write a quote or a phrase with ribbon letters, and all that you learned in the previous 2 videos that will be incorporated here, and few tips on what you have to take care in the final piece. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So let's start with the basic strokes. So if you're familiar with lettering, I'm sure you would have practiced all of these basic strokes using worksheets or on your own. So this is the overturn, the underturn, the compound curve, the ovals, the ascending loop and descending loop. So I'm sure you all are familiar with these. Well, that's what I'm assuming. So the same basic strokes also apply to full calligraphy or fake calligraphy, in which the down strokes, the thick ones, and these are the upstrokes are the thin ones. So before you go with brush lettering, you would have already tried full calligraphy or fake calligraphy, and it's enough if you know this and these strokes to get into ribbon lettering. You do not have to be an expert in brush lettering. So I can show you how you can take the folk calligraphy into your ribbon lettering. So I have made the same basic strokes over here, and the thick portions are going to be the front facing side of a ribbon. All these are the front, but when you turn a ribbon, it will the back facing ribbon will also be visible. And since the ribbons are of the same thickness, we would keep the thickness same for the back facing ribbons too. So let's start with this overturn, where now if this is the front and the ribbon turns here, you can draw a line parallel to this turn over here and keep drawing. Yeah. So here, if you see, it's like the ribbon goes flipping here and it turns, and this is the back side. Similarly over here, I prefer to keep the thickness of both the same, but it's your choice, because some people do keep it a little thin. They do not want to vary, keep it the same. But in my style, the way I do it, I prefer to have it with the same width on both. So yeah, here you can see how beautifully it actually looks like a ribbon, which goes straight, turns, and again twists over here. I'll also show you the oval turn. So this is the front portion, it turns and it goes back. Same thing over here. And for the ascending loop, this is the front portion, and the ribbon goes here, turns, and turns to the front here. So what we'll be doing is, this is the back portion of the ribbon. And for the descending loop, it's the same thing. So now I'd like you to pause for a while and I would like you to try these ribbons first, and then you can jump into the alphabets. In fact, if you want, you can start forming letters with this. Suppose you can form a G using the descending loop here, and this one. So this plus this will give you a G formation. So I would like you to experiment right here, pause the video, see how it goes. If you are having trouble, you can always go ahead watching the videos. Next I'll be showing you how I form alphabets using these ribbons. So yeah, same thing, you can use this underturn and this descending loop and do a Y, or you can use this one and the ascending loop and form a D over here. So yeah, you can start experimenting right here, and I will move to the next step where we form alphabets using the same technique. So now let's start with the alphabets. Just take a pencil, eraser and normal paper. Printer papers should do, since we are practicing here. So first and foremost, we'll start with the letter A. And so this is how you form the letter A, using these two strokes. So this is how you form the letter A. Now in ribbon letters, we would make this the back portion of the ribbon, and same over here, this would be the back side. And now you put it together. Once you put it together, you'll find it to look like this. Even I make mistakes, so please don't mind. It's not something that comes overnight too. You need to practice a lot. So you can form A this way. This is the front portion, this is the front portion. We'll be doing shading later on these, which I'll be covering in the next video. So here, this is one way of doing an A. You can also do it in this way, where you do not have to show this portion. You can directly take this A to the back of this stroke. So here you can see the portion, but here you cannot. So when it comes to ovals and you combine it with any different stroke, you can either hide it behind it, like I did here, or you can let it show. That's again your preference. Next is, now I will not be showing up to this level. I will start doing the letters. You can either follow along, or have a look at the process the way I'm doing it. Now this is another oval over here. The same thing applies. You can either hide it behind this stroke, or you can also overlap one of this stroke on over this. You can place ribbons however you like to. So this is one way. If you want, I can you can drop some questions below on different formations of the same letter in ribbons, but I'll stick to one each for the time being. Next, for the C, so this is the front, back and back again. C, and again for the D, again turn this over here, and that's it. This one I'll keep it the same way as this. The way I did the A, I'm doing the same thing. Next, for the E, it is okay to redo it if you're not happy with it. And this is the back side of it. E. Now for the F, it's a bit complicated at first. So first I'll draw the front facing side. Next I will draw the top portion, and here I will let out a ribbon for it to join the next letter, and below I will make the bottom portion too. And here you need to be careful with the ends where the ribbons turn, and it has to be parallel and it has to flip at the right place so that you get a good effect here. And this is the front portion, this is also the front portion. Yeah, these two will be the back. Okay, let's move to G. Even I find it easier to use a pencil, because even I tend to go over it again and again till I am happy with the letter. So once you have, so it's like full calligraphy where you have made the base of the letter, yeah. And then you make it a ribbon. All the thin strokes you can make that a ribbon. So now let's start with the H. Make the front portion, and there you go. And here is the other front side. Flip it to go back. I am flipping most of the letters so that it will be easy to connect for you, like to the next letter. This is also the back portion of the letter. Okay, now I is pretty simple. So is the J. J is the same as an underturn. Sorry, same as a descending loop. Yes, and these are the places you need to take care of. I made a mistake here. The place where both the ends meet, you cannot start both the other strokes. I mean, of the back facing one, you cannot start it from this point. This will not give you a ribbon look. So in such cases, you need to finish the ribbon here. This is fine, and only this end should start from here, and the other one should start somewhere in the middle, not at this end. If I had a ribbon, I could show you that, but I don't have one right now. Yeah. To do the K, first I draw the front side of the ribbon. Yep. And over here it turns this. Again, the front facing portion of the ribbon. This also I keep it as the front facing portion, and here it flips and it goes back. Over here again the same technique, the back portion of the ribbon. Here now you can alter it and round it the way you like. Either you make this perfectly round and this as if it is an oval, because again back to the basics, it has to look like an oval. So we make it a bit ovalish, and yeah, you can alter it the way you like. You can use the other kind of K as well. I find this comfortable, so I usually letter it this way. Now we'll go to M. So for M, again, the front portion, it will overturn. Okay, immediately draw this and another overturn. And yeah, now these thin strokes will be the back portion of the ribbon. So, and yeah, of course I forgot to flip here, and there you go. So this front, front and front. Next is N. This is the front side. Draw the other front side, flip it here, and make the back portion of this N. So now, if you see, I am making sure that I give an offset of this thickness over here, the same thickness over here, and you draw this line parallel to this line over here, and that's it. There you go, you have a beautifully formed O. Next is P. So again, the front portion of P. I got it too long. The front portion of the P. In this case, I would like to, twist it a bit and give it, I would want to, connect this portion to the next letter. So that's why I'm giving a turn over there. So again, same concept. You have drawn the front facing portions. Now here I'm drawing the back side of the ribbon, and since this is front, this will be the back, and I am trying to get this right. Yeah. Now you can either, now it goes this way, you can also keep the P closer, like you want to turn this at a closer level. Again, you make these turns, but since this is the front facing portion, you wouldn't want a ribbon on top of it, so I'll remove those lines. Yeah. But it is still going in front of this, so I will have to give a break on this line. And here you can either leave it as it is, because you can either give this or you can leave it as it is. It's up to you. It depends on the thickness of the ribbon. If you want, you can give the same thickness or a little lesser, or if it's really close, this turn will not even be visible. So yeah, let's move to Q. Same technique. This is the front portion, and this is in Q, so it turns this way. So yeah, and then there's this exit stroke. So again, same thing. I'm going to give these letters the back facing side, and using the same thickness of the ribbon, I'm doing the Q's turn over here. And so yeah, here you find this is the front facing one, this is the front, this and this are the back, this is also the back. So yeah, Q. Now R, it's a bit confusing, but I'll try to keep it as simple as possible so that it's easy to understand. So first I will make the basic R, and if you see, I have made this a little bigger because when you add the ribbon, it should there should be some good space for it to show the ribbons. And I will make this the front facing side, and it twists over here. Okay, it will once the ribbon, it just folds back because of so many twists. So here is the other front facing portion, and this is the back. Now what I will be doing is, I'm not adding anything here because I assume that the ribbon flipped and it's on the side angle, you can see this. Now I will add the back portion of this. Now usually usually we keep the front portion till the end, and the back, it flips back later. So here also, since I am keeping this as the front portion, I would want to have this ribbon go this way, and I'll remove this. Okay, so it's like the ribbon comes, it flips into this loop, and then it gets straightened over here. So this is the front, this is the front, but this and this are the back portions. This you'll get it right as you practice, but yes, I would always suggest you to do it with a pencil first, because yeah, I know that even I make a lot of mistakes when it comes to ribbon letters. So for the S, again, this is the front facing side, and where it ends I will start a little off from there, and there it goes. You can let it go up, and yeah. It looks like it just flipped here and goes this way. So yeah, this entire thing is the front portion, and this is also too. I forgot to add this. This is the back side, back side, back side, and this is the front. You can draw S in your own style and see how it works for ribbons. Yeah. Next is T. I mean, after some really complicated letters, it really feels satisfying to draw a T now. So, yeah. And for T, usually you can do a lot with this cross section. But yeah, this is the front, back, back, and this is the back portion. Now, why I am specifying these is because in the next video, you may want to remember which is front and back when it comes to shading. So that's why I specifically mentioned right now. But yes, in that video also I will cover that. So U is the same as the underturn, but there is an entry. Oh, I'm sorry, it looks pretty bad. But yeah, this would be the underturn, and this is an entry loop. So again, over here, this will be the portion that goes behind the back facing ribbon. Yeah. This is the front, this is the front, this back and back. Next is the V. So here we make the V, and you can let the V go this way. So again, this goes to the back, but when it turns and flips over here, you'll have a front facing ribbon over here. So yeah. I'm not sure if you're able to see it, but I can make it a bit clearer. Okay. So this is the front facing portion, this is the front facing portion, this two are back, and here I'm not drawing anything like to show the flip, because that loop that comes here is overlapped by this ribbon, so I'm not keeping a loop over. I'm not showing that loop around here. Next is a W, same as U. It's like, yeah, two U's, and another here, and this turns over here, this turns here. So in the W, it goes this way. You can turn it the way you did the V as well. So yeah, I think it will be better if you draw the letter and then add, because it gets a little confusing. Yeah, now I'm adding the ribbon here first so that I don't have to keep erasing it again, and the exit this, and the same width. Just draw a line and there you go, as a W. So for X it is pretty simple. You can draw the front portion, let it go, okay. And the back facing ribbon will be here. Yeah, and all these loose ends that you have in each letter, you can use that to flourish it. I can show you that in the last video of this series. So now we have covered up to X. I'll use this same sheet to show you Y and Z. We can do it here. So now let's do Y. Again, the front facing loop. Draw, and here it stops and then it turns. Draw the ascending loop turn, make the back facing. This is the front, this is the front, and this is the back and back of this. Next comes Z. So again, you can draw the Z the way you like it, and then make the ribbons. The front facing ribbons here, so these two are the front ones, and this will be the back. And here also you'll have the back, so you can take it to the back side or just leave it there. So I hope you guys understood how to draw the letters. This is the base, the skeleton of each letter. Now I would suggest you practice all of these, see if you can change the letter styles, and this is my style of doing it. You can also incorporate the same style in your letters too. So in the next video I'll be showing you how to add colors and shading to all of these letters. It is important to get the letters right first, only then the shading will look good on these. So yeah, try to incorporate these techniques in your lettering style. Also do practice the basic strokes before you jump into the letters. So yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video where we will be adding colors and pops into these, and I'll be showing you different mediums you can use to add colors. Yeah, thank you for watching and keep practicing these. By then I will release the next video on adding colors too. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day ahead.